Tell us who you are.
G'day, I'm Dino. I live down at Langwarren, married with 2 boys.
When did you retire, do you reckon? Doesn't have to be exact, just roughly.
Probably a long time ago, probably 12, 14 years ago, after running around as a fat full forward.
G'day, my name's Pagey. I retired in 2010. I live in Somerville and I'm currently married with a couple of kids, 3 kids.
Yeah, hi, I'm Phil Graff. I played footy here from the juniors through to seniors and finished in 1981. Okay, yeah, well, I'm married. I've been married for 37 years, I think. My company is the major sponsor at Somerville Footy Club and has been for 25 years or something. Support the locals. Thanks to the chagrin of my little brother Sean, who, does all the talking but doesn't put the money in.
My name's Craig McMahon. I started at the Somerville Football Club in the juniors in 1976, I think it was, and played through the juniors and senior football club till 1997. Haven't travelled too far. I've lived in and around the peninsula, but certainly in and around the Somerville area. And I live, and from where I'm standing now, I can see the roof of my house over the top of the Scout Hall. So not very far at all. Been living there for 23 years. Married with 2 adult sons, 22-year-old and a 19-year-old. And the 19-year-old is injured at the moment, but he's followed in the Somerville steps as well, and he's come through juniors and started playing seniors here when he was 16, and unfortunately out with a torn hamstring at the moment, but otherwise he'd be running around out there this afternoon as well.
What is your greatest memory of your time at the club?
Coached the 2s for a number of years down here, and we made a grand final. Unfortunately, just didn't quite get across the line, but it was a good year.
Most memorable moment, probably a grand final win in 2010 in the reserves.
Well, one day at Pines, in 1981 we're playing Pines. I was injured, which was normal, and Doug Gordon and I were standing off the ground and we'd been beaten by 10 goals. The Pines grandstand was full. There was 60 or 70 blokes in the grandstand. As the boys walked off the ground, they were all depressed, walked off, and the Pines supporters are all yelling and screaming and bagging. And Doug Gordon turned around and took 1 step forward and said, "Who's first?" The 60 of them took a step back. He took another step forward and said, "Well, come on, let's go." They all took another step back until they were in half the grandstand. Doug turned around and said, "You're a weak bunch of etceteras." That's the most memorable thing I've ever seen in football.
I think probably, I was pretty young at the time, but when we won the 86 flag, that would be probably my most memorable moment. At the time, I didn't really fully appreciate it. I was 21 and I just assumed that winning premierships was just going to be a yearly thing for us. But looking back on it and understanding the significance and how hard it was to win, I think that was probably my most memorable time.
Who was the best player to play at your club?
Look, one of the most talented at that stage was Mark Butler. Beautiful left foot kick, and played over 200 games for the club.
In my time it was Andy Doherty, or Dickie Doherty. He played here as a kid and went to Frankston and played VFA. So in my time he was probably the best player of the 70s that I'd seen.
Most talented in my time was probably Aaron Murray.
I think Leslie Guy was probably the most gifted footballer that I ever played with. He could do things. He could stand up. Wasn't that big? He could stand up through traffic and find the ball just so easily. I could never work out how he could do it. So he was certainly the best footballer I played with here at Somerville.